Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? We are here with a general reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing there be something going on in a partnership. We have been super focused around partnerships in the last few readings. Relationships of all sorts. There may be something going on that you don't feel fully trusting of. Can definitely be feeling that, especially like with the transits we're having right now, like with Neptune and stuff. It can like come to light that like somebody hasn't been being honest, or that they've been like being deceptive in some way, things like that. Okay, now we're gonna get into it. My name is Gabriella. For anybody new tuning in, welcome. Yeah, I'm seeing like a relationship feel stressful. It's like things felt happy at some point. You may feel like a little bit ungrounded right now. Thinking about like the happy times when things did feel good. And maybe that's kind of like helping you get through something that feels more difficult right now. But there's definitely a focus on you grounding your energy. A focus on you centering yourself. May also be leaning more into focusing on your responsibilities and stuff that you have to take care of. Sometimes when we are like having a lot of thoughts, or we feel like ungrounded emotionally or within our air energy, it can help to do like tactile things, or even like more redundant tasks and stuff like that, that kind of ground us into like doing something physically that we need to get done, or like organizing something, so we have time to kind of like organize our thinking as we're doing that, and do so in like a less tense environment. There may be people around you that are learning from you and what you're doing. I'm seeing you be in a spot where you may have some attention on you. People curious about what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you got to where you are, things like that. Because I'm looking at the King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So this could be you having like younger energies around you, or people that are like, how did you get that job? How do you do what you do? Or like very curious about a particular role that you're playing. This would generally have something to do with you being like more in the public eye, or having like a more public profession, things like that. Or you're in an environment where you're like teaching other people. But this doesn't look... Right now, this may not be like a class or anything like this. This could be like viewers, stuff like that, that are kind of like watching you, that are observing you, that are curious about you, curious about what it is that you're doing. Yeah, I'm getting this again. People like curious about like how you got to where you are. I'm even seeing something kind of like majestic looking about you. Kind of like, where did you get that outfit that you wear? But I'm seeing this be in more of like a metaphorical way of like, how did you get that position? You know, when you see somebody and you kind of feel like in awe of what they do, where you may see somebody that's like very professional, like in some sort of field that you have a sense of admiration for. Like, this is the vibe that I'm getting. So you have like somebody around that's like very curious and interested in what it is that you're doing, and like have a lot of questions that are surrounding that. Like for some of you, you could even be like interviewed, but it seems like less, maybe less official than that. And this can be a group of people, it can be one person, it can be many people, just depends. But there's something about like you being in the public eye to some degree, or you being questioned. But I'm seeing this is for like to quench curiosity, or to teach people, or so that they can learn, things like this. Could be like showing somebody how to do something. Like, say you're a manager and you're like training somebody to be a manager. It can be something like that too. I think this person definitely has an interest in what it is that you're doing and they want to learn. I'm seeing an opportunity be associated with this. Something surrounding conversational skills. You may be coming off a bit more reserved. Okay, so you need to make a choice about this opportunity, about this decision. It's something you want to spend time thinking about. You may feel too like you have a lot on your plate currently. Yeah, whoever this is that's around you, that's interesting the way that the energy is coming through. Whoever this is, energetically, that's kind of like surrounding you. I'm seeing you kind of be like the center of attention for somebody or for people, whatever the Page of Swords represents, because this can be like one person being very curious about about what you're doing. It can be like you having some sort of audience. It can be like people having discussions around you and what you're doing. But I'm not seeing it necessarily be your personal life. It's more so like your public life that's being discussed. Like this is giving MC vibes. So whatever this is that you're doing, like for your career, that's kind of what's up for discussion. And so I'm seeing the people that are intrigued by you, that are around you, coming through and being like, hey, there's this opportunity, like, are you interested in this? Do you want to take it? Like, we've been watching you, or I've been watching you, and I wanted to know if this is something that you'd be interested in. And I'm seeing a decision needs to be made, but we're also seeing Neptune here too. So not everything may be as it seems. When Neptune comes around, it's something that you want to like be cautious and conscientious with. Don't ignore red flags, and maybe spend a little bit extra time making sure that you don't miss anything in the fine print. Making sure that you don't miss anything in the fine print. Again, when Neptune is around, this can cause like haziness when it comes to our judgment. So you want to pay extra special close attention to your judgment towards how you're handling this situation, especially too because it seems like you're in the public eye in some way, and so you want to take the necessary precautions. For some of you, definitely could be famous or something like that, where you have some sort of following. I'm also hearing subscriptions. Yeah, you want to know if this is going to be worth it to you. So that's what needs to be equated here. The basis for making this decision is you asking yourself, like, again, if this is going to be something worth it to you, if it's in alignment with your value system. For some of you too, this could be like something that you're giving back. Six of Pentacles can also do with charity as well, or like volunteering. So yeah, you may be like volunteering resources, which can be like time, energy, money, lots of different things. Resources can be. And let's also like use this example too. If you have like someone around you that's interested in like studying what it is that you do, or like learning about you, I'm getting the word biography coming through. You may be like, if this person is like, hey, do you want to take me on as a client, or can you take me on as like a student or something like that? You may be asking yourself questions about like, is this going to be worth it to me? Like, are they invested? Like, do I feel like this would be an equal opportunity? Things along those lines. Do I feel like there would be a sense of reciprocity in the way that it's important to me to have reciprocity in a relationship in this type of dynamic? So yeah, wanting to make sure that you feel there would be like a sense of balance inherently within this choice and decision. So I'm seeing that's what's being evaluated. All right, we have the Star here. I'm hearing star quality. As I said before, like the King of Pentacles here within this situation, you may have a following. The star can definitely represent like fame, aspirations, dreams, stuff like that. The collective, maybe connected with the collective in a larger sense. So you're asking yourself like whether or not this opportunity is like in alignment with like your dreams and where you see yourself going. If this would be fulfilling for you. I am seeing you definitely making a move towards something that you find extremely attractive. So yeah, if you're in one situation and you feel like it's not what you want it to be, or not worth it to you to be involved, I'm seeing you move towards something that seems very, very appealing to you. Something, someone, for some of you. I feel like this energy came out before. In one of the other readings, I'm getting a similar energy with the Queen of Wands that I saw. Maybe in the last reading that we did. I'm getting some strong Leo energy. We're also looking at Aquarius. So you decide to move like towards this thing or this person or this environment that you want. There's definitely a strong connection here that you're feeling. Like a sort of ambiance even that you're looking to create. But something may be a little bit more difficult to make happen, but I'm seeing you be capable of doing that. It also seems like a dream or somebody that you have around you that inspires you is going to be helpful to you as well, or you tapping into a field of inspiration. And taking a chance and remaining open-minded. Now, there's also something that you feel worried about too. Maybe because of like feeling so open. It seems like something maybe sort of new, and there could be like a risk involved in doing it, and that could be bringing up some feelings for you of like fear and things of that nature. So you're in this spot where you feel like responsible for things. You feel like you're in charge in some sort of way. There's a sense of needing to be like organized and grounded and responsible and consistent and reliable and things of that. There's a focus on like your values and what it is that you're doing, how it is that you're affecting people around you. What roles you're playing, and I'm seeing you need to make a choice. I'm seeing this be potentially a difficult choice to look into and be very honest with yourself about what you're seeing reflected back at you. I'm seeing you have a conversation with somebody that seems very like open and curious about you and what it is that you have going on. Like there's definitely some sort of like interest or concern that they have with you and what you're doing. A fascination even, we can call it. And you may be trying to figure out how to create a sense of balance between you and this person within this dynamic. I definitely get the sense of like an older and a younger energy here, even though that may have nothing to do with like year-wise, how old you are, how young this person is. One person's energy seems like much more mature. Like I'm getting something about an oak tree. with the King of Pentacles. And then you have the Page that is like very interested in the King of Pentacles. And I feel like this makes more sense with the visual. And see how the Page looks a lot younger? This is somebody that would not have as much experience as the King of Pentacles. But again, like these energies can be like any age in Earth years, okay? But when it comes to like experience specifically with this person and the knowledge that they have, especially when it comes to like their career or like a role that they have or like a hat that they wear, things like this person would be very, very experienced, like very professional in their field, okay? And this person is very curious. It's like, how did you get that job? Like how did you find yourself in that role? How did you learn the things that you learned? I'm interested in your skill set. I'm interested in like your organization and about how you know how to do that. Things like this, that the Page is very interested and inquisitive towards this King of Pentacles, okay? So there's that dynamic that's established between the two of these. And so there's a desire now, like, can we find reciprocity? Like, can that be created within the dynamic? Can it be something that's like mutually beneficial for these two with one another? Like, is that possible? And I'm seeing there's an opportunity here, maybe even to like go somewhere that these two maybe never even dreamed to go, or there's like a vision that can be pursued here. And I'm seeing like this is going to be helpful. If one is doing anything that is like out of alignment, that is not fulfilling, making the decision to move away from it. So it's like if you're still doing anything that you're like, how is this serving me, or like serving a higher purpose or a greater purpose for me to be involved in, or if you're doing anything that like you don't feel passionately about, or that your heart is no longer involved in, or that you feel a lack of fulfillment within, you may be making the decision to move on from that and to move towards something that feels more exciting, something that you would be more open towards, and something that would possibly be a bit of a risk. And then I'm seeing the Hanged Man, which is like taking time to think about it. We may need to shift our perspective, especially when it comes to self-esteem, it seems like. And then I'm seeing something that like it may be triggering you a bit. Like you may be a bit worried, or like, I don't know if I'm confident enough to be doing that. Or like, I don't know if I believe in myself enough to do that. What I'm seeing the Nine of Swords be attached to is this here. So this would be like, it's very scary to take this risk, or it's very scary to take this chance, and I feel very worried, or I'm experiencing a lot of anxiety. So this is about how it is that you're going to ground and manage this energy, about like taking a risk and like trusting yourself and trusting the process and trusting where your intuition is leading you. So this is like shadow work that you're doing. Because this situation might be feeling very triggering to the ego. And the ego is there. It serves a purpose. It has a function. It's there to keep us safe. And this may feel unsafe to you because you're like taking a chance. But how you're going to know the difference is that you being open to this choice, it may be a bit like intimidating or scary, but at the same time you feel like excited, passionate, and inspired by this. Like it feels exciting and invigorating, and you have like faith in yourself and stuff like that. And it feels like freeing in a way to make this choice. Like think about all of the possibilities that I'm opening myself up to. Or on the other side of this, you may have like fear creeping up and being like, don't make that choice. Don't take that risk. You never know what could happen. Are you like capable enough to accomplish that? So you have to decipher between like the fear, which is like your ego and shadow, and then your higher self, which is going to like motivate and inspire you even if something feels scary. And that's how you'll know the difference between the two. One will be motivated by fear. One will be motivated by like self-trust, okay? What's in alignment with the highest good for you. So we are looking at the star in the center, Aquarius, Uranus, Neptune, Leo, Mercury, Pluto. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. For some of you, I'm seeing that you're learning about like new career options, or a possible career option that you may be stepping into or you're interested in, that you could be like gathering information on. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.